desert a real fine sight. Design it clear, make it smooth.
Hello yet again, and welcome back to Compositing with Sam. This is episode 14. And in this episode, we're going to take this image here. We have this 4-lane road, 2 lanes in each direction with this raised median with some landscaping, and we're going to composite a slightly altered design. I'm hoping that this will be kind of cool because we still have the image of the city in the distance. This is in southern Utah, so you have some of the red clay, the red rock features. And we're not going to get too crazy with the design, but this should pop a little bit. And there shouldn't be any foreground elements here because we have the road tucked all the way down to the bottom. And as long as we match it right, there shouldn't be too much other than just compositing the 3D model on top of the image. So let's open Beyond Typicals. This is the default project. This is version 3. And we're going to go to example projects and do blank. And then I always just go to total width, turn that off. And then we want to go to this red circle, render tab. Let's go to the photo compositing tab here. And then we want to go to import new layer. All right, so we have our image here. Before we do any adjustments, I'm going to switch this to 4K. That's going to be our rendering resolution. And then a note too, I've made this before, but just the image will show up darker in Beyond Typicals than it will in the final render. So don't sweat that too much. And now we want to adjust this a little bit with our scale to make sure it fits our screen. All right, so now we have our photo imported and centered where we want it to be. And now I'm going to build out the road.
On the red dirt highway, lines shine bright, cutting through the desert, a real fine sight. Design it clear, make it smooth and wide. Oh yeah, 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 safety first. Curves all gentle, so we all survive. I said, hey, Miss Engineer, can you draw it true?
All right, so I built out the proposed design. The camera is a match, so we're going to do that. And then also the shadows. We can see for reference, there's the rail back here, and we're going to kind of match those shadows first, and then we'll do some camera matching. So you go to environment, and then you want to adjust the time of day. This looks a little bit later, but we've got to rotate it out to where those shadows are really stretching. Bring it back a little bit. Something like this, I think is going to match. All right, so now we're going to do our camera matching. And again, that's the process of matching our 3D model to our image. And the best way to do this is you want to go back to this big red circle button and go to our photo compositing tab. And then we actually want to bring this image to the front, and then we want to adjust the opacity. And then from here, we can go and match it. And usually the stripes are going to be your best reference as long as you have the same or similar dimensions to the actual design that's in the photo. And this one I've also cropped in the field of view to 30 because it's a cropped image, and so when you do that, that's probably going to adjust the field of view. And then the angle here is tricky as well, and with some adjustments we're going to get there. We're going to get close to that with the mouse, and then from there we can make fine-tune adjustments using the settings right here, and now we can do X, Y, and Z. All right, so the camera matching, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And the reason it's not perfect is because there's a little bit of curvature on this road. But let's save that current camera, and now let's go to push this to the back and then adjust our opacity. All right, so now we're ready to do some test renders. I'm going to save the file first. Now we're going to go to rendering. Let's do an image render first. Let's just screenshot. And now after a few more adjustments, here are the video renderings, and you can see how that turned out. And here's some before and after wipes. I always find those helpful, especially when I'm trying to communicate. This is an actual photo that this is composited against. So all in all, this took me about 14 minutes for these sorts of results. Hopefully this is helpful. You can reach out to us at beyondcat.com, and I will talk to you in the next one.
All survive.